come from a non-Christian background, so my whole family are not Christian. So I was kind of challenged to be going to church on Sunday but living in a very non-Christian home environment. So I think I fell away from God when I was about 18. I met a boy, and when I met him I felt like I was kind of moving further and further away from God. It just sort of spiraled away from there. So I felt really out of control. And I think because I felt out of control, I didn't know how to control all these different elements of my life, and I felt like I had to gain control over something. And so I had one thing that I could control, and that was what I could eat, what I could put in my body. Because of that, I ended up thinking, oh no, I'll just miss a meal here or there, or I'll just, skip dinner tonight and go to bed without eating food. And it kind of just got worse and worse from there, and I started to do calorie restrictions. I was abusing laxatives, just doing everything I could to get the food that I took in to get out of my body as quickly as possible. Exercising so much, so much, and I got down to about in the low 40 kilos. My mum was obviously very worried and took me to all these doctors and psychologists and psychiatrists and dietitians. I remember the dietitian saying to me once, why can't you just have one more piece of pasta? Why can't you just have a little bit more food? And I just looked at her and I was like, I honestly can't do that. What are you trying to do to me? I can't put in the extra that I haven't allotted to eat for the day. That's just not conceivable. I can't do that. They wanted me to try and put on some weight because I was very, very skinny, very unwell. I'd get my keys and I'd stuff them in my pockets, or I'd just make sure I had a lot of change that day, and I'd make sure my change was in my pocket so it was really, really full. So I'd look like I was, oh day, I've got another kilo on the scale. Look how good I am. I put on a kilo. I just remember looking in the mirror and thinking, Cassie, what are you doing to yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself? And just looking at myself going, but I can't stop. I can't lose control, and there's only this one place in my life that I have control. It's just all I have. Finally decided that the only thing I could do was go back to church, because I knew I needed God. I knew I needed to have Him back in my life. I just couldn't do it on my own. It was obviously failing and failing hard. I needed Him back in my life. So I went back to church. My friend took me going, I know this guy, I know a guy. He's got this gift of healing on his life. I'm going to take you there. I'm going to take you and we're going to get you prayed for. I don't remember who prayed for me, but I remember someone praying that the eating disorder would go away, would just go from me. And I felt so light. I felt like the whole thing of I can't have this to eat was just gone. I went out for dinner after that, and I sat down and we ate pizza, and I had pizza for the first time in about 5 years, and none of the thought process, none of the guilt, none of the need for controlling what I put in my mouth was there anymore. It was all just gone. I could eat. The aftermath of that was I had to relearn how to eat again, how to get good food into my body, and clearly I did a good job. But I had to reteach my brain and my body how to accept the food and stuff again. But just the whole thought process and the whole thing around it was gone. Because of this miraculous thing that God did, I can live. I have a wonderful husband. We've been married for 16 years, 3 beautiful children, who are 9, 7 and 6. I went on to study to become a teacher. So I teach at high school, and I went from this one girl who was sad, depressed, anxious, painfully skinny, to a young woman who was full of joy, life, lots of excitement for what's happening, and to doing well at all of the things I'm going through. So God effectively, miraculously healed me from an eating disorder. I 100% believe that if He didn't do that, I would be dead. I wouldn't be here today.